Suppliers and contractors who delivered goods and services to government are now facing bankruptcy. Jobs are being lost, businesses are collapsing. When government fails to honor its obligations, it weakens the entire economy. That's the reality that we are living today. It's flummoxing how government is able to freely give out taxpayer money to private companies, but it cannot pay its citizens who it owes money. That should bother everybody. Government has so far spent 180 billion shillings on Inspire Africa Coffee Factory in Ntungamo, a private company whose benefits the citizens don't see at all. But of course, the business owner keeps laughing all the way to the bank on taxpayer money. Day Biopharma, that's another private company, which promised the country the COVID vaccine. And that vaccine never came, as we all saw. And then later, promised government that it would begin to manufacture medicine for the country. 724 billion shillings was given to this businessman, the proprietor of Day Biopharma. But there's no medicine coming out of that country, of that factory, to date. Atiak Sugar Factory has so far consumed 668 billion shillings of taxpayer money. But you guessed right. There's no sugar coming out of that factory, even when taxpayer money was heavily injected. Local construction company also got free money for no work done. 263 billion shillings was selectively given to them. Unlike the others, the excuse was that this was a bailout to the struggling company, as if other businesses are not struggling. We have time and again asked government to come up with a modus operandi for bailouts, because bailouts are understandable even globally. But when you selectively handpick a few connected people who have friends, relatives, in-laws, and outlaws in government, and you give them free taxpayer money, and no one is held accountable for this, it is wrong. A law that appears to withdraw Uganda from these frameworks or to disregard international obligations risks isolating the country, discouraging investment, and undermining economic stability, now that we're talking about the budget. Furthermore, we must consider the potential implications for human rights and governance. If the sovereignty bill is used to justify restrictions on accountability, media freedom, or civil society engagement, then it ceases to be a tool of protection and becomes an instrument of control. This would not only weaken our institutions, but also erode public trust in government. As the opposition, we are not against the protection of Uganda's sovereignty. On the contrary, we believe that the true sovereignty is strengthened where citizens are empowered, when institutions are independent, and when government is accountable to the people. Sovereignty should not be used to shield inefficiency or suppress dissent or avoid scrutiny. It should be a foundation for responsible governance and inclusive development. We therefore call upon Parliament and the country at large to subject this bill to thorough scrutiny. Laws that are not consistent with the Constitution should never see the light of day. We must protect the people and not undermine them. We must strengthen institutions and not weaken them. And we must position Uganda as a confident, cooperative, and respected member of the international community.